give everybody a view of him.
Stop talking.
Stop talking? You don't want me to talk to you now? He's like, I never want you to talk to me, Mom. I'm a teenager.
I don't want anyone to talk to me.
I know. Hello, kitchenettes, kitchen littles, and kitchen nuggets. Welcome to Monday Morsels. Zane came down to hang out with me, and then I was like, do you want to hang out? You don't have to hang out. But he's here. You see him? Oh, see, I really do have a child. The one I always talk about that people just seem to think is never really an existing entity. But he's here. So cheers all. So I had a kitchenette message me a couple weeks ago asking about kale. I personally love kale. I think it's delicious. She says that it's very hardy and easy to grow. I'm not a gardener, therefore I wouldn't know that. But I have seen stalks of kale growing in like the very cold months in people's gardens along my route sometimes. So I know it's very hardy. If you haven't had kale, it's kind of like a Brussels sprout. It almost has like that kind of rich flavor to it, like a Brussels sprout. And it's got a very hardy stalk on it, and a rib. That's what we call a rib. And it's pretty heavy duty. So when you put like a salad dressing on top of regular lettuce, if you don't eat it within a very quick amount of time, it will get super soggy. Kale tends to not be that way. And spinach gets super soggy quick too. So just side notes. You don't want to get any of that stuff wet. And if you're going to rinse off all of your lettuce first, make sure you're drying it really well or putting it through a salad spinner or something, because as soon as you add moisture to it, it starts to break down your leaves. So you don't want to do that if you can help it. So we are going to do a kale mango coconut salad with a sweet lime vinaigrette. So I'm going to make the vinaigrette first. I busted out measuring cups because I know some of you are very into like how much of this and how much of that. I am not. I'm always like the eyeball person. So we're going to go half a cup of olive oil. You could probably use a vegetable oil if you wanted to, if that's what you have. You could probably use coconut oil, like a liquid coconut oil, if that's what you have. I would play with the recipe myself just to kind of see. Olive oil is what I have. And so that's what I'm using. So I just bought this. I don't know if it has a little, yep. I'd have looked real dumb trying to dump this in there with the little safety cap still on it. You like that, son? I would have. I'd have looked completely stupid. If I can get it off of there. There we go. And we're going to do a 1/4 cup of this lime juice. And we could, if you were using like fresh limes, absolutely throw some zest in there. If you're just using lime juice, then you don't have any zest to put in there. Unless you decide you want to just zest the lime and then not juice it. I mean, that's on you. That's completely up to you. Completely up to you. And then we're going to do 3 tablespoons of honey. I am not going to use my tablespoon because I ran out of spray oil last night trying to refresh my grill. That's a little trick, so anytime you're using spoons, you can use just your spray oil, and it kind of creates a barrier for things that are super sticky, like honey, molasses, agave, anything that's kind of a stickier substance. So you could absolutely spray that first. Again, I'm just going to eyeball it and pretend that I can figure out how many 3 tablespoons is. Or to your taste. I mean, don't feel bad if you want less sweetness in there. There's nothing wrong with that. And I'm just putting it in a jar with a lid. I always save my little lids, even though they're not reusable. And I am not a canner. Don't know how to can anything. But I saved them because people are awesome and they like to give me shit. So that's what I do. Sue says hello, Zeno. Hello, Sue. I'm just going to shake it. Just blending it together. And you'll kind of know because it will all be one solid liquid instead of two separate things. And as soon as it starts separating, the only thing you got to do, mix it back up again. So we're done with that part for now. So you got a 1/2 cup of oil, 1/4 cup lime juice, 3 tablespoons of honey, or to your taste. If you want to add some spice to it, you could do some cumin, some chili powder, something like that. That might be fun. That might actually be really fun with this because cumin and chili powder is good with mango. I just am not adding it today. That's your favorite, huh? He loves cumin. All right, so we're going to start with the kale first. I'm just going to pick off these lower leaves off of the ribs and apparently flick stuff on my cupboard while I'm in the process of it. And I did do most of it, but I wanted to save a few. So just the little lonely leaves here. And I'm going to leave it kind of folded because it's going to be a lot easier for me to use my knife and just cut that rib out of there. This is going to be a real refreshing salad, guys. Real refreshing. Same thing on this side. Just pull those little lower leaves off. Oh, I didn't shut my sound off again. I'm notorious for that. Notorious. Let me try to get it off of there. There we go. How that? All right. And then I'm just going to stack them. Stack them on top of each other. Cut right on through. So don't forget, I still have t-shirts available if anybody's interested. I'm getting more mugs made, and I do want to create a little contest, a little drawing, not really a contest, but a drawing for any of your items that, or my items that you make from my videos. If you post it and tag Bare Bones Kitchen in it for the month of September, you are going to get your very own special limited edition Bare Bones cup. Mug. Not just a cup, a mug. I don't have cups yet. Or glasses. Yet. I'm sure they'll come at some point. But I'm really trying to get a feel for what people want, so. And so then with mangoes, okay, and guys, seriously, I'm the last person to pick fruit. I'm terrible at it. Watermelons is like hit and miss. I don't try to knock in something, smelling. I just grab one. Every time I put too much thought in it, it tastes like shit and it's mushy. So I literally just grab them now. But I do know a little bit about mangoes, not very much. For this type of mango, you want it to be very red, and it should be kind of firm, but not like rock hard. What? 14-year-old boy. 14-year-old boy. Yeah. So you find the little end, and there's a big pit that runs through here. So I usually go just a little bit over from there on each side and cut that. And you'll know it when you run into the big pit, the big seed. So I didn't quite run into it, but it's starting to get a little veiny and light. That's how I know I'm close. Well, this side I ran into it. I feel it. Got a little too close. By literally that much. That much. Too close, see? And so then with this, do you have that small knife, please? Thank you. With this, I'm just going to make little check marks. Squirt all the way through. And I don't really recommend that you do this holding it. But I am because I'm showing you. And you don't want to go all the way through the skin, but just right like your because we can like flip this inside out and cut it off really easy. Or I'm going to actually just use a spoon. You're pre-cutting it is really what you're doing, but it's all going to be in the skin. So we're going to go both sides. There are lots of people out there that are excited for fall. I'm totally not a fall person. I was actually, like, when I got presented with the whole kale thing, I was thinking, like, one of my very favorite things to make is a zuppa toscana soup that's kind of a spin-off, because it's not exactly how Olive Garden does it, but it's my own version, and I will make that eventually, but I was like, I'm not going to make that right now. It's too warm outside. And then, of course, today here in the PNW, it's like freaking rigid ass fall, and I'm not down at all. I want my sunshine. I got like 23 days left of it, and I just want to be able to have it. Hate when people steal my sunshine and want to put their damn fall decorations out in August. It's already bad enough the kids have to see school supplies in June. So we're just scooping this out of there. See, easy peasy. I'm keeping it off of here because I actually have chicken in my oven that we're going to eat with this. And that's my little vent part. That's where the heat comes up from my stove. Oh, not too far on that one. I'm glad you agree, Sue. It totally feels like fall. I'm just not a fan. Not a fan. I'm excited about, like, I'm a soup person, so I love the fact that I can make a lot of soup in fall. Unfortunately, I end up eating it alone because this boy right here don't eat soup.
Some soup.
What soup do you eat? The soup I force you to eat?
Precisely.
Precisely. I do the same trick with avocados too. And then you can take your pit part and just peel it. Because I'm all about trying to use as much as I can when I can. So that's going to be kind of a pain in my ass. And then I'm just going to go around the pit, the seed. And you can kind of just feel where it is because it kind of gets a little thick. That's what she said, right? Is that where we're going with this one? Ah, I love teenagers. Gotta love them. I don't know. There may be an easier way to do this, guys. I don't know. Hello, Min. Aunt Miranda's on there. You want to say hello to her? She says, hi, Zane. I can't even believe he's still down here, honestly. I thought for sure he would have bailed like 2 minutes into all of this. But he didn't. He's still holding strong. Still holding strong. So I'm just going to take this and just chop the rest of this up. I do have another mango, but I don't think I'm going to need it. So I'm not going to add it to the kale. Besides that, it's going to take forever for me to cut it up anyways. And I'm not trying to waste you guys' time. I showed you one. Alright. Just dumping the mangoes everywhere. Dumping it all over the place. See if I can see some of it I didn't quite cut enough, so it's kind of a big block. Which if I would have turned the skin inside out, I could have just cut it right off of the skin, but sometimes my fingers don't work very well with that, so I just did it this way. And if you know a better way to cut a mango, please share. Like I said, please share. Especially for a salad, you know, or fish tacos or whatever you're using your mango for. Dressing. Alright. I think I got all the big chunks. Alright, so now I'm going to add, I don't know, maybe a...
All
All of it? I'm not adding all of it. Maybe a half a cup, quarter? Yeah, maybe a half a cup. That might be a good amount to start with. And I'm going to top my dressing. Dressing on there, shake it up again. I'm just going to drizzle it and then mix it and then drizzle some more if I need to. I just want a good coating on it. Boy, I swear, you and your little teenage brain over there. Little McNasty. Little McNasty. And you could absolutely add some like slivered almonds to this if that's your thing. Or if you really want to keep it kind of Hawaiian-esque, you could do some macadamia nuts. Just don't throw it all over the place like I do. It's going to take a little bit for that dressing to kind of break down the kale leaves a little bit. So this is definitely something you can make ahead of time. Salt and pepper it if that's your jam. I'm going to add the rest of this. You could throw some strawberries in here, I suppose, if you wanted to give it a different layer of color. That would be kind of fun. Be like a strawberry mango coconut margarita. That would be delicious. So there's one way to use your kale, Jen. Thank you for your suggestion. I have a lot more kale than I do mango, but all of my mango kind of fell to the bottom of my bowl anyways. So I just need to mix it better. That's all. That's all. Make a kale smoothie. You could make a kale smoothie. That would be okay too. Good call, son. So, we are at still 115 YouTube subscribers. Still have t-shirts available. Make sure that you share the page, the Bare Bones Kitchen page. There is going to be a drawing next month. I won't call it a contest because it's not really a contest. But if you make anything from any of my videos, take a picture of it, tag Bare Bones Kitchen in it, and then I'll do a drawing at the end of the month for a special edition mug that there's literally only one. That's how special it is. You get a special your own mug that's just made for you. So I'm super excited about that. I know you don't like kale. You're so funny, wonderful. I love it. It's so amazing. Thank you so much for joining me in my Bare Bones Kitchen. Make sure, because it's just Monday morsels, come back on Wednesday. And we're going to have something delicious then, too. What it is? I don't know. because I never do. But cheers until then. Love you all. Thanks for joining me.